Midwestern Cowboy, this is Iron Horse. Thanks for watching. I'm on a bit of a road trip today. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day here in Indiana, and I'm just out enjoying putting some miles on the bike. I've just turned over 1,000 miles on this Kawasaki Versys. Actually 1,032 at the moment. I didn't do all of that today, even though I am on a bit of a road trip. But one of the things is I've been practicing a lot for long distance travel, because that's kind of what you do on this bike. You get out and you go see places, and obviously, you know, you want to try to keep your expenses down as much as you can when you do that. I love to eat in restaurants and all of that, don't get me wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're out on a long distance trip, it's probably good to get off the bike and maybe into a nice air-conditioned restaurant and sit back and relax and enjoy. But, you know, you can't do that all the time if you're out for long distance, you know, a several day trip. You have to prepare ahead of time for meals. And one of the things that I notice is I like to take these 2-lane highways, these back roads, is that, you know, all along, at least in my area and places that I've been, you find these little small towns, and in many cases these small towns have a little public park or something, a place where you can pull over and maybe cook a meal, cook lunch. That's what I'm going to do today, is have some lunch. I've been riding for a while, getting kind of hungry now, and I think I'm ready for some lunch. So there's a town coming up here pretty quickly that has just exactly one of these places that I'm talking about. It's a place where you're going to pull over. You're not going to be on somebody's private property. It's a public access site, I guess, if you will, and got a nice shaded spot in it and all that. So I'm going to pull in there, get off the bike for a while, stretch out, and cook a meal. It's a little bit warm today, and so you might have noticed that I've lowered my front windshield. That's one of the things I like about this Versys, is it has this adjustable windshield on it that on hot days really gives you more wind. Okay, so coming up here now on the right is this little off-road park that I'm talking about. It isn't anything special, but I'm going to pull in here and take a break. Well, this isn't too bad of a place. Nice place to hang out. Well, I think I'll go get my supplies and get set up here. This bike is just perfect for this sort of thing right here too. Well, let me get my food out. Get my hat too. I've got my cooking set and lunch. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, here's what I have. This is going to be a really simple lunch. Just the sort of thing that you can take with you on the road. I've got my leftover mashed potatoes from the last video that I did. And I've got some chicken and mushroom flavored ramen noodles. A couple of bottles of water too. And I got a packet here to make lemonade with. This is just Crystal Light. I'll make some lemonade. Then I have my cooking set here. I just bought this cheap off of eBay, like a lot of things that I do, cheap off of eBay. Really a nice setup here. Comes in a nice carrying case, but it's a little bit of a turkey to get opened. But well, that's all right. Then this nice cooking set here comes with the top pot, the igniter, and I've got my fuel, and a cooking pot. Open up the valve and turn on the igniter. There we go. And we'll get some water boiling. But we'll let that water come to a boil. We'll throw in our ramen noodles. I'll take a little bit of the boiling water off the top for the mashed potatoes, and then we're good. Well, I see some smoke coming off of here. It looks like she's starting to boil. That didn't take long at all, just a few minutes, really. Now I'm going to mix some water in here now. Just see if I can get the mashed potatoes just right. Now watch, I probably have mashed potato soup. Now that looks pretty good. Right there. And since the other water is boiling now, I'll grab my ramen noodles. I always try to break them up a little bit here if I can. That's one nice thing about being outdoors. If I make a mess, it's all organic, natural stuff. That'll do fine. And then I'll put my seasonings in. Aren't ramen noodles just the greatest invention ever? Just so easy to make, cheap to make. I've been trying to keep all my trash together. You'll notice that. I'm not going to be littering here. Let's just stir that in now. Good stuff. Well, not a bad place to stop and get a break and get off the bike for a few. Places just like this, they exist everywhere. You just have to have an eye for them. And, you know, they make a good place just to get off the bike, stretch out your legs, and maybe even cook a simple lunch. But I'm on a road trip, so I've got quite a ways to go yet. But I hope you enjoyed this video about my little lunch break while on a road trip. If so, please like, subscribe. I do try to be very attentive to subscribers and responsive. More videos to come, and I'm going to just keep on practicing for these long distance road trips that I think are in my future. Midwestern Cowboy, this is Iron Horse. Thanks for watching.